Hello everyone. In today's video, I will be talking about coral reefs. Very important topic for UPSC and many PCS. First of all, you should understand why this is important and what it is. Coral reefs are nothing but anorganic calcareous structures formed by accumulations of various kinds of marine organisms. Here you must note down that it is nothing, it is an organic calcareous structure which is forming on continental shelf or on continental margin or continental shelf of islands or continents formed out of marine organisms. So coral reefs are living structures, but only at the top level, coral polyps, they are alive. At bottom, there is dead remains of coral reefs. Okay, got my point? So why this is so important? It is so important because it supports the biodiversity, particularly marine biodiversity. It is believed that it constitutes or it occupies only 1% of maritime area, whereas supports more than 25% of the marine organisms, or becomes habitat of more than 25% of marine organisms. So that is why many a times it is compared or it is considered as an equivalent to equatorial rainforest, because equatorial rainforest was a biome or a vegetative area which is considered as the most biodiverse region of the world. Okay, so here you must understand there are multiple marine organisms which are doing this, but name goes so on the name of coral polyp. So coral word is a representative name. Apart from coral polyp, there are multiple types of other marine organisms which are forming coral reefs. Now, here point-wise I have explained everything. In first point, I have shown you coral polyps. So they grow over dead remains of coral. So that structure is nothing but dead remains of coral. When they die, the new colony, the living colony, they got formed over the dead remains. Next, it is a very active biological system of high productivity. I have already explained this. The productivity is very high. Why productivity is very high? Again, since it is located in coastal region, as I told you, it gets formed over continental shelf or continental margin. And continental shelf or continental margin, or most of the part of continental margin, is all the time gets illumination or illuminated by sun rays. It means sunlight is reaching over there. When sunlight will be reaching, there will be many vegetation, marine vegetation or marine organisms which will undertake photosynthesis process, and they will be forming food. This is the reason of high bioproductivity. Other reason is many sediments or nutrients, finally they will be taken by rivers or runoff, surface runoff to the continental shelf region, which will be nothing but food for many marine organisms. Now, the growth of coral polyps or coral reefs depends on calcium obtained from sea and water. Very important. They require, or coral reef require, continuous supply of calcium, and calcium is supplied to them by ocean, saline or sea water. So this ocean water is saline water, we all know. So this calcium, supply of calcium is immense to them if the water is disturbed. There is wavy water or stormy water. So disturbed water is ideal because of more supply of calcium. Next is coral reefs are formed over sea, mount or continental shelf. As I told you already, it forms the colony only over the continental shelf or sea mount. Now, coral is a marine organism. Now there is a vegetation also, or there is a other species also The name of that species is Zooxanthellae. The coral polyp remains in symbiotic relation with Zooxanthellae, and this symbiotic relation is very important. What is symbiotic relation? Symbiotic relation between two different type of organism or species is a kind of relation where both require each other. Getting my point? So both require each other for their survival, and in most of the cases, none of them harms other. Getting my point? Or sometimes one harms other. So this is symbiotic relation. Getting my point? So as I told you, Zooxanthellae, it is nothing. It is a photosynthetic algae, and this algae or photosynthetic algae, that is Zooxanthellae, it gives color and food and also sometimes oxygen. So color, food and oxygen is supplied to coral reefs or coral polyps by Zooxanthellae. In return of that, coral polyp provides a well protected home as well as some nutrients to Zooxanthellae. So in this way, both are helping each other. Getting my point? As I told you, it is considered, coral reefs are considered as world's oldest and most diverse and most productive ecosystem. Marine equivalent of tropical rainforest already explained to you, and it occupies almost 1% of maritime area and provides home to 25% of marine organisms. These points have already been explained. Now let us go to next slide. This is next slide. Okay, see. The coral polyp or coral reef flourish under some ideal circumstances. If these ideal circumstances get disturbed due to any reason, their survival comes on stake. And that is why, because of damage of some of these ideal conditions, finally there is gradual, or we can say not gradual, rather sudden demise or irreparable damage to coral reefs. First, let us learn about the important condition or ideal conditions. The temperature of the water should be somewhere between 18 to 30 degrees Celsius. Getting my point? It means the water should be warm. And where we can have the warm water? In tropical areas only. That is why most of the coral reefs, they are found between 30 degree north latitude to 25 degrees south latitude. So this is the ideal condition in terms of temperature and latitude. Now the water should be saline. The average salinity should be somewhere between 27 to 40 ppt. This is not percentage, rather ppt, parts per thousand. As you all know, the average salinity of ocean water is 35 ppt. So it should be somewhere between 27 to 40 ppt. It means in fresh water or less saline water, coral polyp will not survive. The depth of the water should be less than 65 meter. It means in shallow water only they can flourish. So wherever in the ocean or sea you see coral reefs, you must understand that we have shallow water in this region. Why not below 65 meter? One of the reason is Zooxanthellae will not survive, because Zooxanthellae is a photosynthetic algae and it requires illumination in terms of sun rays. So sun rays cannot penetrate water much below 65 meters. The water should be having waves and currents. It means disturbed water is the ideal condition for coral reefs. Coral polyps as well as Zooxanthellae. Why? Because it supplies, or there is a continuous supply of calcium if the water is disturbed. No sedimentation, because sedimentation puts ill effect on coral reef. So sedimented water is not helpful or ideal. Rather, clear water, clear oceanic water is ideal for survival and flourishing of coral reefs. Coastal water, I have already told you, shallow water. So one and the same thing. So let us learn the main benefits of coral reefs to mankind. As I already told you, it provides shelter or habitat to 25% of marine organisms, although it shares only 1% of the area. Because 25% of marine organisms, they live on these coral reefs, that is why it is very high in terms of biodiversity. Almost 50% fishing area of the world or sea fishing of the world is undertaken in coral reef region only. Protection to continental shelf or coastline, very important since it is located in continental shelf region. That is why it also acts as a lifeguard or safeguard or protector to coastline, because continuous waves from the ocean, they erode coastline. So such erosion is stopped or prevented or controlled by coral reefs. Now some of the countries, they are generating very high revenue by tourism with the help of coral reefs. There are many underwater museum or zoo type of things are there in many countries, as for example in Sentosa Island of Singapore. So such countries are generating high revenue because many tourists from multiple countries, they are reaching in these countries to see multiple color of coral reefs. Coral reefs are of different colors. Particularly pink color is the most likely color because Zooxanthellae provides pink color. Okay. Now coral bleaching, very important from examination point of view. What is coral bleaching? As the name suggests, when coral reef loses its color. What does it mean? Under what circumstances or when coral reef will lose its color? When Zooxanthellae will die. When Zooxanthellae will die, the color which was being provided by Zooxanthellae is no more available. That is why the coral reef gets discolored, and this condition is known as coral bleaching. So coral bleaching is nothing. It refers to the degradation of coral reef system because of a stress on symbiotic relationship between coral polyp lose and Zooxanthellae. When coral polyp lose their symbiotic algae, that is Zooxanthellae, it becomes decolor or the color gets degraded. This is the condition of coral bleaching. So it is not good for us. When coral reef dies or symbiotic relation gets disturbed, the coral reef will not survive. And when it will not survive, what will happen with 25% of the marine organism which is having habitat on these coral reefs? So that is why coral bleaching is a not good phenomena, although it is reality of the present because presently it is happening. Let me give you one data. Till 2004, almost 20% corals had received irreparable damage, and most of the damage has done by man or anthropogenic damage. And as per one data, it is believed that till 2050, almost another 30-50% of coral reefs will be having irreparable damage. So very alarming situation. So we must do something to stop the process of coral bleaching.